and click. Hey, it's like I know what I'm doing. I don't. That's an obvious lie. Hello, welcome everyone to Primrose's stream, aka the Furry Running Club. Thank you. Need to sit up, Brim, and hydrate. There was a hydrate way early because Sparky pinned something that I do not approve of, and then did a hydrate. Thank you for joining me, Sparky, for being your usual gremlin self. Earth. Thank you so much. So, literally, why the intro song was playing, it finally occurred to me to look at my VOD storage, which I have the YouTubes of every single stream I ever did except the very first, which I still don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but I really didn't know what I was doing back then. Holy crap. So there was no VOD for that because it was not turned on, and it was impossible for me to determine. Okay, so this is a lovely song, but I'm having to. Oh shit, that's even louder. Jeez, why is everything so loud for me? Why is my volume is way to hell turned up on my computer on my end. What the hecky? It's absolutely blasting. Okay, so let me know if it's too loud for you guys. So I think things got reset. I just updated the computer just before. It's one of the standard things I do before I start is to update everything so Windows doesn't kill me with the updates in the midstream. Anyway, so it wasn't uploaded to YouTube until the end of July last year, but there was a few of them that all piled up. I was only going once a week back then, and the first one that's on there, so stream number 2 was June 27th, 2024. So there's been a couple since the last week in July that I didn't notice. So I thought there'd be some. Oh, I think Twitch might finally tell me when I hit my affiliate anniversary, which I don't know when that is, but that's not yet. It took me a little bit to get to 50. So, but it's been a year. Wow, that's heavy. I'm the dichotomy of time. This is something that actually occurred to me thinking about it because I was thinking about AC. Of course, I was thinking about AC. Everybody's doing recaps. Social media is full of pictures and talking. Bestis, hello, Master. Hello, Pup. Thank you so much for being here. Love. Thank you. Earth. I have to, come on. Get ready to book it. Earth, thank you for the hydrate. It's dry here. It's hot. It's 105. Thank you. Earth, it's a pleasure to see you. So it's impossible to avoid. A lot of my friends are at pictures at AC, and everybody's talking about how wonderful it was to see everybody. I'm like, I'm just going to be over here and cry. Prim's such a good boy. Well, thank you, Master. Thank you. I am a good boy. And I just, it hurts. It does. I mean, I am but a creature of, why is my nose so high in the air? So let's lift that up a little bit and adjust. And then there we go. Okay, there we go. Anyway, I am but a creature of flesh and fur. Of course, I'm upset that I didn't go. Yes, it saved me probably a couple $1,000s, but because this one especially hurts because the fursuit parade. And I purchased my fursuit because, in large part, because of last year's fursuit parade and Anthrocon, which was, as I've said, my second con after being back. So I went to FWA, which was the first, and it's just this weird dichotomy of time because it's like, okay, it was a year ago. It feels like it was so soon, but I say I hate the thing where years seem to flash by, and they don't really, because also it's like, yes, it may feel like not very long since it was at con, but honestly, at the same time, it was a very Hamder. Oh my goodness. Yes, I was sitting with you watching said Fursuit Parade. Were you there this year? It's okay if you were. I'm sorry. I was not. I feel terrible, but I do need to stop spending like a drunken sailor. But this hurt because I bought a friggin' full suit, not just for that, not at all, but And but I really wanted to walk, so I'd like to go next year. We'll see if I can. And I just, but the dichotomy of time is because it feels like it wasn't that long ago, but there's been a bunch of cons since then, a bunch of things, many trips and all that. And like, for example, it feels like I was in Athens like 14 years ago. That was November. That was November 2024. Last year at Anthocon, I hadn't run a marathon. I finished two. It's absolutely wild. Hope to see you next year too, hun. Yeah, I really. So I have registered for FWA. I actually bought my ticket for the aquarium takeover today, which I don't think is refundable, but that's all right. If I end up having to cancel, that's a relatively minor thing to lose. But I really enjoyed going to the aquarium last fuck this year. Jesus, it was only a few months ago now. What the heck? Yeah, time. It is a flat circle, whatever the hell fuck that means. I like the doctors better. It's a timey wimey mass. It's so I really want to be there and I want to walk in the parade and I will fry because I am black, but and I am in a full suit, but that's okay. I mean, honestly, it's this weird thing. There's an XKDC explanation that works really good. It's like, so I mean, can you get a fire in a refrigerator? And the answer, of course, is yes. Fire doesn't give a shit. I mean, the temperature, 100 degrees differential is nothing compared to a fire that's thousands of degrees. They have a fire department at McMurdo Station in Antarctica because, yes, it still burns even if it's 50 below zero. So when it's 100 degrees or humid and all that outside, yes, I will get warmer in suit, but I'm already really fucking warm. I will overheat in a walk-in freezer in my fursuit. It might take a little bit longer, but honestly, the differential we're probably talking like maybe a half hour. It's not. It would have to. I don't think there is a room cold enough that I could stay indefinitely in full suit. That thing is unbelievably insulative. It is. I mean, it's like a fucking spacesuit. It's so insulative. It is so warm in there. Holy crap. The only thing that's going to buy me more time is a cooling vest, which I definitely want to get, but oh, they're not cheap. The big ones are like 350. So it's like, yeah, that's on the list, but I'm not going to be rushing out and getting that yet. So uh definitely want to do that, but it did hurt, but there are another thing that hurt is today I found out because I was reminded of looking at con stuff. It's like, oh yeah, and people talk about like LVSC, which I did go to this year. And although staying at the hotel across the way, I do not recommend. They don't like us, and that's a long way across that way. Vegas streets are humongous. Holy shit! In the suit? No way. I didn't have mine then. Just got it the day before I have to be away. Holy shit! Time things moves fast. Anyway, I looked and it's sold out. Registration open on July 1st. It's capped because they have a fixed amount of room. And it's not that big, I understand. And it's gone. All the levels are gone. And it will not open until the room block is already gone. So, and I will not go unless I stay at the con hotel. So that's never going to happen. So I pulled it off the calendar. That is no longer a thing. So I was thinking about that too. I was planning on having a small vent slits cut in the suit so I can have cooling fans inside to circulate air. I see that can work, and I do have a fan in my head, but it's nice, absolutely, but it's of minimal utility. It's great, that's fine, but it's oh my goodness, I sweat like mad. So the Under Armours are absolute necessity, and I have to cover every single inch of skin. So I have to yell to be heard because not only am I inside this head, but I have this thing right over my mouth. But I learned that pulling the balaclava down so that my face is exposed, my cheeks, it's impossible because the sweat itches like crazy. It drove me absolutely insane. So I have to pull it up so right around the eyes on both sides. And so it's odd. It's weird because you think it's to cover up more. But you want to cover up more because it'll wick the sweat away from you and stop you from losing your mind from having your skin and covered in that much sweat, which will just it's disgusting. But that would be good. I did Kurtza actually at FWA had something. They make these battery powered fans that are substitutes for air cans that you use to dust your computer. So I bought one of those and it's much more powerful than the fan I have in my muzzle. And I can jam it in my mouth, and there's a lot more airflow. That is a lot better. It's not going to do anything for my body though. There's nothing that will save me. There is that time, that clock is running, and I have to get the suit off. There's just no way. It doesn't matter. I mean, I never availed myself of a headless lounge at FWA. I kept forgetting I was having too much fun. I just I honestly felt okay, but it's like, okay, it's like been 2.5 hours. Okay, it's time to go back now. It's time to go back. And I could make it through the sky bridges fine, wait in the line for the elevator, go up the elevator, get to the room, and all that. So, yep, oh, everything's off. It's like, and I look like I jumped in the swimming pool in my Under Armours. So yeah, they had to get hung up to drip, and I was in the shower. So anyway, I definitely do want to go. Holy moly. Jeez, have they started looking at rigs and all that already? Fuck me. I don't know. I'll have to look. Holy shit. But at least AC does better with hotels and all because they have so many and they have shuttles and all that. FWA, I learned one of the reasons I screwed up so bad at FWA this year is because I tried to book an entire week starting from Tuesday before to Tuesday after, and either one or both sides of those were outside of what the systems could handle. So it came back with nothing, even though there were rooms, because I checked over and over and again for 6 months. And it kept saying, oh, there's rooms available, there's rooms available. I look, nothing. That's because I exceeded the limitations of the program, and it's a computer, so it's stupid. It's like, well, there's no rooms that match your Tuesday to Tuesday because it's outside my parameters, but it doesn't say that. It just says there's no rooms. So I gave up, and I put us in this unacceptable crap shack hotel outside that I will never do again. Twice in a row, I've stayed outside the bubble at FWA, and if I cannot get a room in the bubble, I will not go. It's no, absolutely fucking not. I mean, Detra got mugged last year. Pib got mugged this year. Pib wasn't in my room, but I mean, I was talking to him a lot at that party. It's Jesus. That's the place. Anyway, we've talked about that a lot. So anyway, time is a flat circle. It comes and it goes. And I have said that I'm going to go to at least the big three, FWA, AC, and MFF every year as long as I can. This year I will not be. I'm clinging with my claws, desperately holding on to one, which is AFC in Ontario in September, because there are furs there that I know well who are. It's difficult for them to get to the U.S. and he will be there. So I'm moving heaven and earth to do that. I'm violating the rules I set for myself. I don't care. I really want to go. So I have rooms and all that. I have a room. So we'll see. Flights are a pain in the ass because I can't use my flight credit on United for canceling CalFerry because United doesn't go to Ontario except for these really weird edge cases. So I have to like go through Santa Barbara or some shit. It's like really strange. So yeah, I'm going to have to purchase another one. So I could go into LAX. It's a $130 Uber ride each way. Ouch. Fuck. Oh my God. Yeah, that's like those two, that's like the ticket price. Holy shit. Urgh. Yeah, shit's expensive. Also, I looked at, I get pretty good rates for renting cars. A week in LA. $600. Fuck. Yee. Urgh. So, yeah, we'll be flying into Ontario. Anyway, enough wolf complaining. I'm sorry. It's just I'm feeling a little down because of all of this and from FOMO. It's not fear of missing out. I just fucking missed out. It's just so FMO. It's not FOMO. It's just faux. I don't know. I'm a poet. I don't know it. Anyway, I hope everybody that went had a wonderful time. And don't me. Should stop whining, but I do want to go back. So anyway, what have I been doing in the interim? So yes, I have been running. Things got a little twingy on Sunday on the second 4-mile run for distance. I did it fine, no problems, but 3 times there was these little stabs from the ankle, and I didn't turn it or anything. It's just, yeah, I'm doing a little much. So I wrote my coach and said, yeah, we need a little time off. She's like, yeah. So didn't do anything yesterday. Today, So today, I was supposed to get on the stationary bike, and I wake up and I look at my training peaks, and I said, it's green. That's interesting. What the heck? I look and it's like, oh, there's a heart rate trace on there. There's calories burning. It's like, did I do it in my sleep? This would explain a lot for why I'm always exhausted when I wake up. That I'm sleep exercising and sleep working out. This is with me, I wouldn't be terribly surprised at this point. Holy fuck. But no, there was just some, I don't know exactly what the hell happened, but I'm not proud of this. I just left that on there. I should have deleted it and gone in, and I did not because I needed another fucking day. I needed. I did exercise yesterday. I went and lifted. I was supposed to do the running, which I got scrubbed because of the ankle, but I lifted anyway. So it's like, yeah. So today, nothing. It's been a while. Well, ever since I injured myself, but still. But Saturday. So we don't just talk about success. We talk about failure too, because anything worth doing is hard. And this is very, very, very hard. And I was slated to do 70 minutes on the exercise bike. And I tried a different machine there. Thank you. Hello, Erglubis. Thank you for being here again, love. I was slated to do 70 minutes on the exercise bike, a solid, 60 solid hour at a just sort of normal cardio heart rate for me, 130 to 144. And then the last 10, my coach is famous. She loves these fast finishes at 154 plus. It's just like balls to the wall. Finish it out. I could barely get it up to 130 for a few minutes, and it fell back. And no matter how hard I tried, so I failed. I did go for the full 60, and I was trying to get a little harder in that last 10. I thought at some point, I just want to finish it. I failed to do even that. I only did 2. I did 62 minutes, and the heart rate was way, way low the whole time. I was drenched with sweat. I went through 2 full bottles of water, burned like 800 calories, and this wasn't a read error, because the little things you grip with your hands on the machine and my watch agreed perfectly. Everything was fine. It was reactive and all that. It wasn't a gauge error. I had lifted immediately before, which probably explains why my legs just literally at the end of it, they wouldn't work anymore. I tried, and it's just like they're not moving anymore. I had to sit there for a few minutes because I could not stand up. I burned absolutely fucking everything. And it's just, my heart's like, hello? Are we going? Hello? Hello? Knock, knock. Is this thing on? I mean, shit. So the engine's room was like, what the fuck, man? Whereas the legs are like, we're dying, Dad. Here, Kipton, we're dying. That's it. We're going to fall over. If I had been running, it'd be like flat on the fucking floor. But fortunately, I was just sitting on an exercise machine. So I don't know. Is it a failure? I don't know. I mean, I exercise really fucking hard. And what happens when we don't succeed? We try again. You know what the what the sign says that hangs up in my bedroom, that those pictures in the reflection are furry art that hangs in my bedroom. That little thing over there above the picture of the weights, that little band, that's hanging on my wall. And back from errands. I hope I didn't miss too much. Haro, no, you only missed just me whining about not going to AC and talking about exercise. Good, bad, ugly. So no, it's not perfect. Lest you think I am some super wolf. No, I do have my failures. I do have an ability. Sometimes the biking is relatively new, and exercise bikes, I hate them so much, but the real ones, yeah, fuck, God, they're expensive. Holy shit. So yeah, so it's probably going to be exercise bike for the rest of the year. Ow. No. Arf. But yeah, eventually I'll get a real one, and then I can hang that thing up for fucking ever. But I I'll go back and I'll try it again. Today, absolutely, I should have gone in, but I did not. I took that error and I rolled with it because I woke up tired. I pretty much always wake up tired. I don't sleep enough. I stayed out with someone I love last night, which was sorely, sorely needed for both of us. But yeah, there's only so much you can push. I know. Everybody says this over and over again. My coach says this, that you need to ease off a little, but that's the whole thing. It's like having this infinite reserve of motivation. It turns into a problem because it's just so easy to just get up and just do it anyway. And then it's like I fall into bed the next morning and I wake up exhausted and in pain and barely move or stretch out and do it again. Jeez Louise, is this some sort of strange addiction? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I like what it's doing to my body. I like what I look like compared to certainly what it was before. Yeah, but there is such a thing as not destroying yourself, Krim. There is that. So we'll have to see. Now, the sharp-eyed among you may notice there has been a slight difference since last time we meet. And also, there's a few more of you here, so I can talk about this as well. But last Sunday, I passed 1,800 miles total distance run since August 2023 when I first started tracking things for real. I did run several times before that when I was heavy and never got that far, never got to a 5K. Now, 3 miles is, I do it in my sleep, but I could maybe do one, but eventually blew out my knee over and over and over again. Not always the same, one or the other. It's kind of traded off for a while, but I decided to lose the weight, yada, yada. We've all heard the story, but yeah, that's a lot of miles in there. That's a lot of miles. And in a couple of weeks, no, I will not be running another marathon as much as I wish I could. I will not be ready in any stretch of the imagination. I wouldn't even finish at this point, to say nothing of being able to hold sub 9. So yeah, I have to build back. I have nothing on the schedule for the rest of this year. So we will see, but it's time to, this is the point in the montage where the hero just kind of falls back. It's like but they keep trying and keep trying and keep trying, and the next time they emerge, it's like, oh, they're bigger than they were. That's at least the point. Now, if only it was that easy. If only it was just like show a few like bench presses and suddenly it's like, God, I wish it was that easy. Fuck no, it's not. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of reps, thousands of miles of running, hour upon hour on the bike, mile upon mile in the pool. And it's just starting. And then you have to keep doing it. This is hard. But everything worth doing. Everything worth doing. I don't care if it's fitness, relationships, school, job. Just getting the fuck up in the morning so often is hard. I don't sugarcoat this. When I tell furs, you get two choices, two options, one choice. Sit there and bemoan your fate or get up. It's not easy. It's the hardest thing you'll ever do. And the really hard part is you keep having to do it over and over and over and over and over again. And it feels like you're falling behind even more, but you have to keep doing it. Because if you give up, that's when you fail. It's the only way is to keep trying. That's the only way. It's perfect. See that right there? That is something I did not expect. That is not something I expected when I started making myself accountable, when I was saying every week when I weighed myself, when I started losing the weight. I did not expect really anybody to say anything. I certainly did not expect people repeatedly call me an inspiration. I write about the runs when they call me a hero. It's like, what? I did not expect that. Okay, let's uh let's take this break really fast. I know you forgot your water. I do need to stretch a little bit. I think I have to go to the bathroom again. We'll be right back, and then we'll continue. And I do have pictures. We're actually have more pictures. We're going to go on a little bit of a travel again. Earth, Earth, Earth. So we'll be right back. So let me see here. So we got to turn that up. It's a good song, so you'll be happy to be rid of me too. Earth. Okay, here we go. And turn that vaguely somewhere in there. I wish I knew a good setting to put the music on. So it was there, but not that there. Hey, come on, let's adjust this and all that. So the new mount for my paw tracker is on the way, but it's coming from Australia. So it's on the slow boat. It's going to take a little bit, but it will be here. So this is okay. So anyway, Thank you. Welcome back. So, So I think, we're still here because a couple more things. So there's a couple of programming notes. So there will be normal streams today, of course. Will we be streaming today? Survey points to yes. It's true. We do take our time. This is true. Anyway, a survey points to yes for today. There will be a stream on Thursday as normal. This Saturday, there will be another installment of Prim's VR chat meetups. We're not doing a movie night or anything this month. I would love to, but the VR chat meetup is the most important thing to get everybody together, just have a good time. I'll have to pick a world and all that. The idea of me loading up the song and all that and playing DJ did not work. But that's fine. We'll just find a nice world. Maybe I'll use the casita again. That worked out really well, actually. I don't know. I'll just sort of pick one. But that's not the important thing. The important thing is to get a bunch of firsts together, just have a good time. So the group, we've talked about it a million times. If you want to join, you want to send it to anybody else, please just send them and all that, as long as the vibe's good and as long as either they're a furry or they're okay with a whole bunch of furries, it's all good. So, all right, Zach! Hello, my wonderful tiger. It's been a little bit. How are you doing, my great love? Cuddly. Yes, I am pleased to see you, love. I am I'm I'm all right, huh? Okay, good. Is the air conditioner doing pretty good? Is it hopefully less of fried wolf and tiger? AC is helping. Yes. Okay. Good. Yes. It's yes. I mean, a wolf sandwich sounds like fun, but if it's literally a sandwich with fried tiger and 2 slices of toasted wolf, that does not sound delicious. Ooh, Erglovis, thank you very much. Pizza. This is the most low poly pizza ever, but I have low standards. The key to happiness. Ah! And I lost my tracking, but I managed to get it on the rebound. For fried tiger, exactly. This is, I mean, yeah, it's boiled, parboiled, because the humidity is here. It's just roasted wolf. It's 105 out there right now. If I look, well, the blinds are closed, but I have just a simple thermometer, just a China special. It's not super accurate. This is not an accurate free air temperature because it's mounted against a cinder block wall. There's a low cinder block wall in my backyard. My backyard only is about 8 feet deep. It's like a back slot. It's weird, but anyway, back slot. Ooh. Anyway, moving on. Prim, focus. Focus, Prim, focus. Jingle. Anyway, I mounted it on the cinder block wall in the full sun in the afternoon. So this is for shock value alone. And I bought one specifically that goes all the way to 140. Most of them stop at 120. This one stops at 140. Jingle, exactly. Although that looks kind of obscene how fast those keys are going. Anyway, if I look out there now, it's probably over 120 against that wall, which is not an accurate free air temperature, but it doesn't really matter if it's hot enough to fry an egg on the sidewalk. Literally, it's Jesus fuck, it's hot out there. So, however, I have no humidity, which is great. So my humidifier in the bedroom, I refill it every single morning. The 2-liter tank gets pumped out overnight pretty much entirely because it is so fucking dry here. My skin cracks, and having the tips of your fingers split hurts a lot. And it also hurts when you type, which is my job. So, yeah, that's it's amazing how often you use the tip of your index finger. Yeah, ow. I wish we had a portal system. I would send you all the water from the dehumidifier in the basement. Yes, let's have an equivalent exchange. I will take all your humidity, and so I take all the water because I need the water, whereas you don't need the water. This is, I mean, so I don't want your humidity, but I can take the water and pump it into my humidifier to bring up to like 20% humidity as opposed to 90. And yeah, the thing is, you don't want my high temperatures. Your temperatures would be a lot better with my humidity. So if we could have like some quarters equivalent there with your temperature and my humidity, it would be a lot better. It would be a lot better, but it doesn't really work that way. But I, of course, inside here, I have the great the words earth. I have the greatest thing since sliced bread, quite literally, which is central air conditioning. So, yay. Otherwise, yes, it will be dead wolf. Absolutely. Earth. I grew up in Wyoming. I'm used to dry heat, aka fire. So there were two. I don't even know if they're still up, honestly. Every once in a while, it smells kind of smoky. It's nowhere near as bad as it was like a week and a half ago. The air quality index was creeping up between like 50 and 100. 150 or higher, I just can't run. 100 plus, I can, but it starts getting tenuous. I have to modulate it a little bit. We can't go super hard, but 150, no run. It just is not allowed. It's just no fucking way because because I breathe super hard and I will inhale all of those smoke particles, and yeah, we don't. It's not worth it. It's just not worth it. So fortunately, it seems to have tailed down. I don't want to become wolf jerky. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to figure out how to turn that into something salacious and not really coming up. And I mean, basted in salty fluids is okay. That's okay, but I do not want to be roasted, and I do not want to be smoked. No, no, really not. No, thank you. That's no. I just want to be cuddled. Okay, that's all I want. Just yeah, just I'd much rather be a wolf burrito. Wrap me up in a blanket and cuddle me and think I'm delicious. That's and then stuff me full of fillings. Cannoli. Can I be a wolf cannoli? Prim, shut up. You're gonna get banned. I've never been banned. I'm surprised. I mean, they haven't really paid attention enough, or else I would have been. I've been doing this. This is another thing. I've been doing this for more than a year now. The second stream, I don't remember the date of the first one, but I looked in the YouTube actually why the intro song was playing today because I finally fucking remembered to look, and I have VODs in that YouTube going all the way back to the very second stream. The first is lost to history because I didn't have a recording. I didn't have that setting in Twitch set up because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I still don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but yes, that was June 27th. So there have been streams since then. I didn't know, but we could call it. It's been an entire year. It's been absolutely wild. This has gone far beyond any expectation that I'd ever had. I mean, it's absolutely mind blowing that I have, geez Louise, 247 followers. Just absolutely, I'm shocked. I'm absolutely flabbergasted. And this tea for cheese on the weekend, daddy. Fuck. Said it's amazing. It's the most incongruous thing ever because for years, when I was her on F chat, I was terrified beyond all belief of my voice. That was the thing I feared the most. I couldn't use Second Life anymore. Not only did not understand it, lost all my accounts, but mostly it's very audio now. There's a lot of voice stuff. And with those F chat 0, that's why I stayed there. VR, absolutely not. No way. No way. And now I hear repeatedly that I have a very nice voice. It is the thing that terrified me the most has become kind of my signature, which is just life is a funny thing, isn't it? Earth. You are fairly sweet, so cannoli sounds right. Aw, I love you, Zach. Thank you so much. Earth. This is I love you so much. I need to see you again really badly. Holy fuck. Yeah. Earth. Twitch will wait till you least suspect it and then ban my ass. Exactly, Haru. That is it's just it's arbitrary and capricious, and it's just impossible to tell. So why is my hand doing weird? Because I'm holding my water bottle and gesturing vaguely with it. My paw tracker's like, what the fuck? All right. So, So I've forgotten how far we got with the housekeeping. So this week, normal streams. This Saturday, VR chat meetup, 6 p.m. Saturday Mountain Time. Going for, I put it for 6 hours. We'll just go until everybody gives up or the love runs out. Woo. And so again, no VR gear required, no expense required. Desktop mode is free, easy. Get on and just whatever. Microphone is nice. Not even that's actually requisite, but that's certainly nice. But show up, say hi, get a free furry avatar at Fur Hub, where they give them away by the dozens, quite nice ones too. And just show up and just hang out. I'd love to see you. It's very chill. My meetups are very, very chill. And I like that a lot. I've been told that repeatedly by furs and all that show up and all that. So this is very nice. I mean, okay, I may like the sussy meetups. I've been in the Rocket for about a year now, so that is true. And then there is, God, Lance's last one. Holy shit. Whoa, Nelly. Wow, that was fun. Woohoo, boy. Yeah, that was wow. Oh boy, yeah, we let it all hang out there. Holy moly. But no, it's very chill. There. Maybe you can drag me off anyway. Well, that's a different thing. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. But love to see you on Saturday. This is probably the only weekend, unfortunately, that can work. That's why I just said I got to do it, because the following weekend I will be packing, because the last 2 weeks, so this week's streams, next week's streams, this Saturday should be our chat meetup. The last 2 weeks of July, Zippo. There will be no streams. I apologize. I am sorry. I will be away. I will be traveling. So I cannot even attempt to stream off the laptop because they can't handle the VTuber in the game already. I won't have a camera on it. No, it's just not worth it. So especially in apartments and stuff. No. So fun travel. Yes. This is so actually this is personal travel. Absolutely. This is what was supposed to be the next marathon. And I had already bought the tickets for this trip, and I'm still going, and I'm going happily, because it's kind of split in half. One half, I will be staying with one of my partners who I've seen before, and I'll be staying in his apartment. Oh, thank you, Irv. Now we can all see better. So I will be staying with him, and I was supposed to base out of his apartment for that marathon. I will not be doing that because I deferred the marathon to the next year, but I'm still going. I'm still going to see him, still bringing my fursuit. And then either on or about the marathon day or thereafter, I will be going with my in-laws, and there are some relatives coming in from abroad that I want to see as well. There's more relatives that live in the area as well, an aunt, her daughter, and all that get together. So there's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be wonderful. A lot of family, a lot of the people I love, and all. This will be really good. So I'll be gone for a couple weeks, and it'll be really nice. But yes, there will be no streams. I will be back in early August, and I mean, never say never, but right now, August looks pretty straightforward. That things have been doing better recently, and the numbers are going up, which is wonderful, and all that, because all of you get to actually rely on me a little more instead of being a super flighty animal that I should hopefully just stream somewhat regularly. Would I like to go more than twice a week? Yes, absolutely. Do I have that capability right now? Unfortunately, no. It's just, there's really, I mean, Mondays are kind of the only thing that could possibly work. The problem is it's really, I only get 4 or 5 hours or so in the evenings, period. I could stay up later, but that alarm has to go off at 7 a.m. so I can run, because otherwise I will fry. I can't run it. Also, I got to get to work. I work full time. So I don't have to clock in. So if I'm a little late, it's okay. Like an hour. It's try not to push it too much, but it's okay. But I can't wait. By 10, it's untenable. It's too hot. There's just no way. So I have to get out there early. So I need to get more rest than I get already. So like 10 is a good time to stop. So I get one thing. I get to be in VR. I get to stream, and that's it. Now, yesterday I was supposed to just sort of take a day off. Daddy told me I was supposed to take Mondays off because everybody tells me I need to be more careful. And I mostly did that. I did play with my coins. I was having a good time, but showed up and said he was in VR. So yeah, we may have gotten together, and I may have been a little later than. Anyway, we won't talk about that. But yes. So anyway, I would love to do more days, but it's so hard. Work is the exercise and everything is. If I didn't have to work, it would work so much easier. I could go earlier in the day, in the middle of the day, and all that, and not have to worry about that and get things done earlier. I could do Vera chat after, and then I could get up early and go run, and probably go back to bed. It doesn't work that way. Yay, you know, get it, pay them bills. Earth. So anyway, enough whining. I think that should be good. All right. So enough with all that. Let's go on a little bit of a trip. I'm not missing any big redeems, am I? No, we're good. We're good. Okay. Come on, Spotify. There we go. All right. So let's go. So let's go over here and let's open up those. Although there's not a lot of show notes because everything's pretty much from memory, except for a few details. So where are we? Where are we? Quo vadis, Domino? Well, it's very appropriate that I use that phrase because we're in Rome. We are in Rome, the eternal city. This was my birthday 10 years ago. My 40th birthday trip, I wanted to be in Rome. This actually is the day because there was another rather large thing that I wanted to see on my birthday itself, namely the Flavian Amphitheater, also known as the Colosseum. I did go there on the day. That was amazing. So we went there, my wife and I. It was great. This is not that. This is not that. This is something I can't remember if we hit it on the way out in the morning or on the way back in the afternoon, but this is not it. This is yet another of those glorious piles that they have all over Rome, namely the Baths of Trajan. So what is this? What is this? What is these huge, massive concrete and brickwork, monolithic, gigantic ruins? What the heck are these things? So again, these are the Baths of Trajan. Does that mean he commissioned them? No, actually, they were commissioned under the Emperor Domitian in 96 AD, and however, their construction took so long that they were actually dedicated in the reign of Trajan. And we know the day. It was during the celebrations that I forget the word, but they had a celebration at the first of every month. So the 1st of July, 109, is when the dedication by Trajan of his baths. Now, this is what's known as an exedra, which is this semicircular, very large room, and it has, of course, a dome roof on top of it, and the rest of the building head towards us, which is no longer existent. But this is one of the biggest things that's still there, these exedra. I think this is the eastern exedra of the Baths of Trajan. This complex is actually very typical for a Roman imperial bath. These were huge public work projects and were mostly just super, super, yay, I'm wonderful, look what I do for you things that the emperor would do, because the emperor was rich. Holy shit, was he rich. The thing is, this one stands out because even by standards of the Principate era, which is what they call the imperial era, so as the princeps, the emperor was an equal. He just was the first of all the equals. That was bullshit. The emperor was worth so much money. So much. You think we have oligarchs today? These guys have nothing on emperors of ancient Rome. Holy shit. The deltas are like 4 orders of magnitude. These guys had more money than God. The most equal of equal. Exactly. Now, all animals are equal. Some animals are more equal than other. That's a rough book, but it's definitely worth reading. Anyway, moving on. But this bath is especially noteworthy because it is massive, even by the standards of the Principate era. 330 by 340 meters. It is gigantic. This was a humongous complex, mostly for dick waving. It's like, look at how wonderful I am. It cost billions of sesterce, but there was nothing because the emperors were ungodly wealthy, because regional governors and even any kind of the whole cursus honorum that they use, which is the scale of one office on top of another, that a man, always a man because it's Rome, that a man who of good quality who is going to go far would ascend the cursus honorum and all that, and go from one office to the other, be elected to various offices and all that, usually by buying their vote very openly too. But when you became the governor or a proconsul or something, you would exploit the living shit out of your province. You would milk it like a cow. And one of the greatest things, and the reason why the Bible mentions tax collectors over and over and over and over again as sinners, the people that they hated so fucking much, is because all Roman citizens really fucking hated the tax collectors. Nobody likes tax collectors now. Nobody likes tax. Everybody hates the taxes. We like the services. We don't like paying for them. This is a standard that goes all the way back. I mean, this is why the American Revolution happened pretty much. It's because it's like, we didn't want to pay the taxes for the 7 Years' War. So, but they really, really didn't like them in Roman times because they had tax farming, because taxes are a function of the state, but it was contracted out to private companies, usually run by one really rich guy who would buy the ability to tax a province and area. And they would send people out to do that, these tax collectors, who would try to squeeze as much as possible. It's not like, oh, you pay such and such a rate. It's like, no, we're going to take you for every fucking thing we can, because we have to pay the state their approved rate and we get to keep everything else. That's why. And the competition for these tax farming contracts was hugely fucking intense. You bribed the fuck out of somebody, went way into debt to get this, because then you could make it all back and then some. A lot. Holy fuck. I mean, Jesus Christ, there's a region, Pompey said that no man is rich unless he can raise his own legion, because he could raise an army straight out of his pocket without a lot of difficulty. He did it several times. Holy shit. Now the emperors, once we got into the era of the Principate, once we had Augustus take everything over, sort of become the ultimate big man of big men by killing everybody else. They took this to an extreme. Actually, I'm going to go back a little bit here. Extreme measure, because the emperor had entire regions that were his personal property, like Egypt. And this isn't a euphemism that it's the property of the state and administered. No, it belonged to the emperor personally. It was his, all of it. He got everything. He is the entire fucking country, the most richest agricultural area in the ancient world, because of the, the flooding and everything and the yearly inundation. So it fed all of Rome. It was his, all of it, entirely. It's holy fuck, the wealth. It was absolutely wild. You're like a living in carta. Oh, thank you. I love history so much. I found today there are free courses online through Open Culture. So I started watching one. It's like, you can just watch the lecture. It's like, score on YouTube, no less. It's like, oh, I could do this at work. Yay! I love learning. I love it so much. I read all the time. I'm almost done with the first volume of Foote's Civil War series. Spectacular books, but fuck, they're long. 780 pages, I think, for the first one. Oh, God. Oh, and these are not small pages. It's a trade paperback. Shit. Anyway, so good. So this bass. So so one of the things, we're not going to so much talk about the areas and all that. What we're going to talk about is actually the construction. And one of the interesting things, the reason I put this picture in, is this is seen all over Rome, because this is really interesting, because a portion of the Mass of Trajan, the ruined wall at the bottom where that brick face concrete, that is from the Principate. The stuff up top is not. That's a early modern, medieval, possibly even modernly occupied. It's impossible to tell somebody is actually living there. In many cases, there will be somebody living there today. Well, congratulations to the house that you're in. The basement level, the walls were built 2,000 years ago. This is all over Rome. This stuff has been reused and sort of not recycled necessarily, but it's just we built on top of it. I mean, it's a really good wall. It's been there a really long fucking time. Why knock it down and build something new? Let's just expand on top of it. So That's got to be so weird living in an apartment where levels of it, the walls are 2,000 years old. It's just, I mean, it's just, it boggles the mind. I'm an American, so anything 200 years old feels old to me, although I'm a history buff, so I know that's a little ridiculous, but it's really incredible. Unfortunately, I couldn't get into this. As you can see, everything's fenced off. So a lot of these were shot through the fences. I had to be very careful not to drop my phone after threading it through and doing it on the far side, because that would have been bad. I didn't, thank goodness. Earth. Anyway, so also one of my favorites, also a little bit of self-portraiture, and you see in the grass there. One of my favorite things all over Rome and everywhere in the classical world is the disassociated members. Disassociated members. I called it random marble storage, but it's more than just marble. In Egypt, they had all these limestone blocks and all that, which is things that were used but have been disassociated, fallen apart, scattered all over the fucking place. And we dig them up, and it's like, where's this from? I don't know. It's got carvings on it, but in some cases it's been reused 6 or 7 times. So this is a disassociated member. What it was originally part of, we will never know. Is a lovely carved marble block. How old is that graffiti? I don't know. Could be last Tuesday. Could be 1,000 years ago. I mean, there could be multiple layers. It's just a history. It's everywhere. It's just absolutely freaking astounding and all that. But here we go. Here we go with the meat and drink. So let's talk about here in one of the large sections of this cathedra and these major rooms of Trajan's bath is that, so we've got all these bricks. So what's up with these bricks? So this is where we talk about Roman concrete. Romans loved concrete. They used the fuck out of concrete. Cubic miles, or at least kilometers of this stuff all over the empire, because they discovered essentially the holy grail of ancient world building materials, which is moldable stone. I mean, you used to have to carve the stone and cart the stone. Now it's like, oh, we can just dig up some sand and shit and all that in the local area, mix it together with the proper mixture, and just trowel it in place and build this enormous thing without having to lug these monstrously 20, 30 ton stones like the Egyptians had to do when they built the pyramids, which was a huge pain in the ass. They had to flood the area around the pyramids. We found actually papyruses referring to around the horizon of Khufu, where they built a lake around it, because did they cart these shit things on fucking carts? Fuck no. They used ships, and they flooded right up to the foot of the ramp that led up to the actual construction site. Anyway, the Romans figured out, and I didn't have to do that, but Roman concrete is different from modern concrete. They did not pour it. There wasn't trucks, obviously. There wasn't even wheelbarrows. They weren't mixing this very, very wet. It was very, very thick and very dense. And I saw a picture. I love practical archaeology. This lady, she mixed some up and all that in a bowl, put it in a sort of a wood frame, tied a rope around it, and threw it into the ocean, into the waves, and let it sit out there for like 8 hours. And then we cut to afterwards being as she reeled it back in out of the waves and showed that it had set underwater. It was really unbelievable stuff. And it's actually, we found that some of the materials that they use actually are self-healing in a format, because when they get exposed to air, they would expand and absorb water and fill in the gap. So it was almost like an almost organic form of self-healing. This was kind of by accident, but it made this unbelievably robust. It's why it's lasted so fucking long. It's really kind of incredible. So what's with all these bricks? So, of course, they, as I said, when they mixed the concrete and they put it in place, they spooned it and shoveled it and troweled it into place. They built it. There were not these massive wooden forms and all that, because that takes engineering that they did not have. They don't have the massive steel structures and all that to support the concrete pours that we do today in order to build skyscrapers, which are actually still founded on concrete pillars. So they built this up one scoop at a time. And then what they would do is, and the facings of this, they would take triangular flat bricks. So it's shaped like a triangle in the back. It's got this flat front and all that, and they push it in to the concrete. So they didn't have to really fiddle with smoothing it down and getting it all nice and shapely and all that, and sanding it and grinding it like we do. They just pushed all these bricks in. They had lots, zillions and zillions and zillions and zillions of bricks. I mean, Again, we refer to the Bible and the Egyptians and all, they talked about making bricks. Well, bricks were a super popular thing, but the concrete to fill in the gaps, so you didn't have to build the whole thing with bricks and mortar. The concrete was its own mortar, and you push. So brick face concrete is fucking everywhere in the Roman world. There are tons and tons of this. I actually, so I'm admitting this publicly, but I think I'll get away with it. I stole a brick that may or may not be ancient Roman from the Forum and threw it and stuffed it in my pocket, and it's on the shelf behind me. So the Italian authorities are going to come and drag my ass away. So my wife is like, that brick was probably made in the 60s, right? I said, yes, but I'm pretending that it's actually ancient. The thing is, I didn't really feel that bad about stealing this little piece of brick because there's so fucking many of them that they ground them up and used the dust to pave the walkways in the Forum. It's like they use the disassociated member, these marble friezes and all that, as benches. So it's okay. They're not going to miss it. So we have lots and lots and lots of this brick face concrete. So what does this effect generate? You can see this here. This is actually, if you look at the very top of this, etc. here, you can see the bricks are still left. Now, bricks are actually kind of valuable and can be reused. So either these fell off naturally or they got removed in the millennia because, it's like, that's a lot of really nice building material over there. Why don't we just steal that? This is, we've talked about the stealing of the disassembly of previous things and using them again. So when you excavate a building, it's like, this thing was carved with things that predate this building by a long fucking way. It was probably robbed from something else. And we can actually assemble mentally the previous structure. So it's a pamphlet set. Again, I love that word. But these are all the slots where the bricks used to be. All the bricks have been removed or fallen out. There's a few of them remaining at the very top, but you get this sort of really rough. This is where they all were, where the bricks faced into the concrete were, but they've all been pulled out since in this, etc. Now, why do we have all these circular shapes? Now, these on these exedras, I'm probably fucking with the pronunciation at the sides, both sides of the baths. These were libraries. These baths were big, big centers. This wasn't just for bathing. You'd spend all day there. This was a big thing. You could go as a big social area. There were lectures and libraries and business was done there and courts were held there and all that. But of course, the foundation was the baths themselves. And the Romans had very specific ways of constructing a bath. They had 4 pools. So the nymphæum, the caldarium, the tepidarium, and the frigidarium. I think I've got those pronunciations right. So you started off with the first little bath and just a sort of a lukewarm pool just to sort of rinse off. And then you hit the hot baths. And the hot baths were really hot. They pumped it up really fast. So I think I've got now. So now this is not one of those baths again. This is again the exedra. So it's just a library. But there's holes at the bottom you can see there. That's probably for a heating system. Now, when it gets hot in Rome, obviously there's not much you can do, although the monumental nature of the building did help to regulate it because it would absorb the sun and it would radiate it during the night, but also it would absorb it during the day. So it'd be a little cooler inside, still pretty warm, but a little better. It's the best we can do without air conditioning. There's a few thousand years on that, but they would have areas underneath the floor with pillars of bricks built under there, the floor plated on top of that, and there'd be furnaces that would pump hot air into that space underneath the floor. So you'd have a heated floor get really fucking hot. And if you drew the short straw as a slave, well, you were a slave, you kind of got the short straw by default, you had to go in there underneath, you had to clean that shit. No, do not want. That does not sound fun at all. So we started with the caldarium. We started with the hot. Get all the impurities out and everything. They didn't have soap, so they got all the impurities out. Then you jump in the tepidarium, which is the middle ground, sort of lukewarm, to start cooling things down. And then the final step. Everybody talks about cold showers. Well, guess who invented it? Like they invented fucking everything. The Romans. You hit the frigidarium, which is cold as they could make it. And so you started hot, and then you jump in the super fucking cold water because, it's brisk, it's bracing, you shiver like fuck and you feel like you're going to die, which means it's good for you, right? Yeah, it makes a man out of you. Well, or a woman too. These were for both sexes and all that. And no, there wasn't a lot of bathing attire either. So yeah, the Romans a little more libertine about these things. Also, have you seen their bathrooms? Their holes are right next to each other, and there's like 100 of them. So yeah, you getting comfy, Earth. What else we got? Oh, this is a better one. You can see the holes underneath. Now, these are probably just drainage and things underneath what used to be the floor level. This is not for the Caldarium heating systems and all that, but that is definitely a thing in other buildings as well. Here we get a little better view of more of sort of, you can actually see the broken off and partially removed bricks from the brick face concrete. Now, the concrete itself is still remaining because, again, their concrete is really fucking robust. I mean, it's lasts forever, but the bricks either were removed or fell off, and or both. And so you get these sort of this weird pebbly look because it's half brick and half where the brick used to be. And then here's some more, just a few establishing shots. There were these fences all the way around. It's just too bad. I always love to wander around. More along here, you can see sort of the big remaining areas of the libraries on both sides, but the actual pools were here in the middle. And then there was a progression from these pools from one to the other. And when you did your bathing, I mean, in a leisurely fashion, and only go from one to the other, and you just swim around for your prescribed amount of time, and then you scrape the GLONASS off with there was a sort of a sickle shaped thing. It wasn't a bladed, but I forget the name, but you clean that off. But they didn't have soap, but you scrape all that sweat and everything off. Yeah, not hygiene, not the greatest, but they tried. And just more pictures here. Just, I mean, the thing is, these things are all over the damn place in Rome. It was just amazing that the ruins, they're just out of anywhere. The thing is also, you dig under any fucking building, you're going to find more stuff like this. The entire freaking city is built over and over and over again on so many layers. It's just truly amazing. And then this last one, so I hope everyone enjoyed our visit to the baths of Trajan. I hope everybody had a lovely time in the Caldarium. I can see all you're just hiding out in the Tepidarium, but yeah, before you go, I'm going to make you jump into Frigidarium. So everybody think warm thoughts. It says, for those of you who don't have as thick fur as I do, yeah, good luck with that. It's gonna be a little unpleasant, although I suspect when I get wet, I'm gonna get pretty cold too. So earth. So it's earth. Hey, yeah, so this is, again, me just dragging through Google Photos randomly, and I came across this, like, yeah, I want to do that. That's fun. So I really like this a lot. I'm liking these things. Earth, which means you get subject to them. Earth. All right, so let's switch back here. How we doing on? Oh, geez, that burned a lot of time. Hecky, but let's switch over here really fast. But it's not quite time for another ad break. I only nattered at you for 40 minutes. No, I know how to build one in your backyard. Exactly. That's actually, I have seen programs about like they do this practical archaeology where they actually rebuilt a sort of very, very provincial bath, just a small thing, but wealthy citizens would have their own. Yes, absolutely. But for the public, yes. I mean, also one of the things that wealthy citizens did, besides manumitting your slaves, because freeing them was a huge way of flaunting your wealth. It's like, yeah, I bought these slaves, but I can free them. I'll just buy more later. It's fine. It's look at how wonderful and generous and rich I am. You want me to be your patron, right? Because that was a huge thing in Rome, is that you were patrons of somebody much more powerful than you. And every single fucking day, first thing you did when you got up with the sun, they got up right when the sun was up. They just popped right up and fucking go. Is you go to your patron's house, you get in line with all of the other patrons to your patron, so patronage, I guess, and you sit in line and you receive your instructions for the day. So yeah, you were his guy, but he gave you money also every single fucking day. So it's not like you do what he wants. You worked a job, but he's essentially your boss. He was your patron. So yeah, that's where the term comes from. Earth. So anyway, shrink that down a little bit. Get that out of the way. Where the heck is the, no, not that. There it is. Steam and Dyson. Earth. So game capture is off right now. Mic is on. Spotify will turn it down just a little bit. We'll actually turn it up for break, but let's go at this. Okay, so made with Unity. Everything's made with Unity. I don't like Unity. It's impossible to work with. I know it's a simpler Unreal, makes it look like child's play, but I really don't like the fact that VC Face and VTuber Plus take so fucking long to start. Scares the shit out of me every time. It's like, great. Is it going to work today? So sometimes it does not. But I just sit here and wiggle around and I look like a wolf and I have these big floppy ears and everybody loves it. And I wish I looked like this. I also love the hair, although it's a little lost in the pink. That'll get better shortly. So, Okay, here we go. So we check that and we turn on, hey, voila, now it looks a lot better. Now you can really look at it. Look at how beautiful I am. Look at that hair. So let's flip that over and flip that off and turn that up a little bit for break time and rotate that and pause that. And there we go. Okay, so you can hear that and we are good to go. And we are, so it's all right. So last time, what were we doing? We were trying to fix some ore issues, as always, because there is no such thing as too much ore. There's no such thing as too much resources. So we are on planet Vadikbear here. Oh, I was remembering something I was going to do. Yes, something I was going to do that reminded me. So yeah, so yes, the black hole that has become the home system, essentially, I named after myself because it's a black hole. but there, I remembered something. So there's gonna be a few things here. So oh god, the spelling. Bruno is very much knowledgeable of stuff and things naturally. Oh, Demi, thank you so much, love. That's very kind of you. So yes, so every viewer gets a planet and all that, but I have partners, and yeah, there's gonna be a few systems named after them. There's actually 2 of those, but this is the other one. So I've got a few Ergla systems. Now there's a bunch of these other systems, so I can just start picking them randomly. Earth, yes. I know, Demi, you have a planet around here somewhere. So I got that. So we need you know that. Okay. All roads lead to the black hole. Exactly. So, renamed a few systems. Yes, I'm playing favorites, but that's okay. There's a lot of stars. So everybody you get a planet. Feel like Oprah. You get a planet, and you get a planet, and you get a planet, and you get a planet. Where also are your pants missing? No, my shorts are here. I am Twitch TOS approved. But Earth! Ergofest. I'm the scandal. I'm naked. You took away my harness. I am unsafe. We are unsafe. Okay. I guess. Wow. Now I look truly angelic, right? Without my harness, I'm just my fur and my shorts, because I have to wear my shorts because it's Twitch. If you want to see me without my shorts, look up VR chat, like the meetup this weekend. Notice how I slipped that ad in there, like it gets slipped something else into me. Anyway, moving on. But yeah, Earth. But the collar stays on during sex. Yes, it does. Earth. Oh, I'm gonna get banned so hard. Anyway, so I'm pretty sure that everybody here has planets named after them, because of course in the Prim system, yeah, so I got the planet, but Haru, a true pillar of the stream, actually gets what has become essentially my home planet. So I named that after him. So we are right now on planet Vadikbear, another lovely viewer, and we were busily mining the living crap. Hello, come on. Out of all these resources, because all the resources, can I get all of them? I can. Excellent. So we will get all of these delicious resources, Now let's see here. That's stone. Do I have interstellar logistics on? Oh, not the sparks. How are we doing on sparks? Black hole Mars 75 and all that. There's land and messy plate export. Okay. There's not a lot. We may have to go back to the Yggdrasil system and put down more ray receivers in order to collect more critical photons, because we're converting them all into antimatter, and we're probably going to need a few more. So, but anyway, that's different. So local planet here in the Vatic planet in the Kiefer system. So we've got iron, we've got copper, we do not have stone. So I'm going to add in that we are also local